I love you. We say those 3 words to so many people in our lives, whether it's our parents, our grandparents, our children, our significant other, our friends, and a lot of times even people we don't know well, right? We throw those words around. But do you ever think about how much you love yourself? That's a hard one. And I bet most of us haven't even thought about how much we love ourselves, how we think about ourselves. Because I didn't think about that or even say that I loved myself until I was 47 years old. I thought about all the times that I didn't like myself and all the times I hated myself and I was unhappy with myself, but not really how I felt about myself or cared about myself. And I was always giving that out to other people in my life. I allowed other people to make the decision of how I felt about myself. If they accepted me, I was validated. If they said they loved me, I felt some sort of, validation and felt like my cup was full when in fact it wasn't. And I was giving them the power to dictate how I felt about myself. And most times it wasn't good because they weren't kind, right? Others in our lives, they're always telling us, even our parents, maybe they didn't say the kindest things to us. Our partners didn't say the kindest things to us. And then that is the belief about ourselves, right? Well, when I was very young, I dealt with a lot of trauma myself. My mother left me when I was very young. My father was not around. I had abandonment issues. My mother's boyfriend beat me when I was 6 years old. And then I moved in with my grandparents. I made a decision to go to my grandparents because I didn't feel safe. And while I was grateful to be at my grandparents', there was so much yelling in the home. My grandfather had a horrible temper. So I never felt safe. I was always in fear. When's the next time he's going to blow up? And then when I was 12 years old, my mother got remarried. Now we're going to have this beautiful life together, right? The knight in shining armor that has come into our life that's going to save me and save my mother and give us this beautiful life. But then what happened? The real darkness began when I was 12 years old and sexual abuse began to happen by my stepfather. And then my mother didn't leave. And I lost myself. I lost the essence of who Marci was. I didn't know how to cope. So how did I cope? I coped with alcohol. I managed with alcohol. And maybe for other people, it's food. Maybe it's sleeping pills. Maybe it's something else that fills your cup or you think it makes you feel better when in fact it does not. So I'd ask, how many of you have given your power to other people and allowed them to dictate how you feel about yourself? Are there other people in the room? I bet a lot of us could say that, right? Well, why is self-love important to us? Because self-love is the key to happiness and abundance. Self-love is not about our material things. It's not about our status. It's not about how many people in our lives are telling us how great we are. Self-love is knowing our own worth. Self-love is the confidence that you have in yourself, in your purpose. Self-love is about nourishing yourself and recognizing that every day is an opportunity of hope towards your purpose. To share with others the gifts that you have been given. And how do we do that? Forgiveness. Ooh, that's a big one, right? Forgiveness. Like if we say that word, how does that feel? Do some of you, the walls go up and you think about somebody and you're like, how am I going to forgive that person? Right? Why am I going to forgive them? They hurt me. Yeah. Well, let me tell you, it was pretty scary for me. And it was the most freeing thing I ever did for myself. Who did I have to free first? Who did I have to forgive myself first, right? Yeah. You got to forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made. We make bad decisions. We've hurt people. We've hurt ourselves, but we have to forgive ourselves for that. Forgiving ourselves for not nurturing the most important relationship, and that's with ourselves. Forgiving ourselves for allowing other people to dim our light. And when we make a choice to forgive ourselves, your freedom begins to happen. You feel a lightness in yourself. You have the worthiness and the confidence to be able to move forward. But then the hard work comes in, and that's when we have to forgive those that have harmed us. And it's not about saying that what they did was okay. They hurt you. You have every right to feel the way that you do about the harm or the circumstance the person did towards you. And you're not condoning it by forgiving them. What you are doing is taking your power back. Because if you think about it, if you are living in that story, that pain, that trauma, every single day of that story of what somebody has done to you, they still have the power over you. And they're harming you every day. So this is about forgiving your grandparents, your ex that took advantage of you, somebody that harmed you or sexually abused you or raped you. These are big things that have happened. Maybe it's just a friend that really hurt you and you cut them out. Maybe they're not worthy of being in your life, but you need to let go of what they did to you and not allow their actions to continue to harm you, to allow yourself to release from that pain. I'd like to do an exercise with you because I like to do a visualization of you being chained to that person or circumstances. So if you could close your eyes for me. And I want you to visualize yourself chained to that person, to that circumstance, whatever it is that is still harming you today, that is still causing you pain and hurt. Now I want you to put on a piece of paper that name of that person. And then envision a bowl in front of you and set it in the bowl and light it on fire. You give it over to the universe and you say, God, you take this over. I'm done with the pain. I'm done holding on to this. And then I want you to visualize those chains breaking in half and dropping by you. How does that feel? Do you feel like a little shift inside of yourself? It's going to take work to let go of somebody that's harmed you. And every single day, you can still think about what happened, but make a choice that every day you're only going to give it so much time. And every day, you decrease the amount of time you give it. And be kind to yourself. Be gentle to yourself. This all takes a lot of work. So now we have to accept ourselves, flaws and all. Our beautiful flaws that make us who we are. Let go of the perfectionism. Let go of trying to make everyone else happy. And begin to think of yourself. Your soul, who you are, what makes you happy, setting your boundaries. Stop letting people take from you. You give what you want to give. And how can we start doing this? There's many ways. I share so many ways that I have learned to find love for myself and rewire the way that I thought about myself, which wasn't very highly. We're so cruel to ourselves. The things that we say over and over in our head, that we're not good enough, that we're deserving of what's happened to us. We can't do X, Y, and Z for whatever reason. So one exercise that we can start is using affirmations. Everybody heard of affirmations, right? You probably even using them. And they're so important. And if you're not using them, please start. This all takes work. And it is a daily practice. It's something that we must do every day, and it's a choice that we make. Do you want to live in that? Or do you want to be free of it? Do you want to live in happiness in your most abundant life? Because I'm betting that's where you want to live. Not in that pain. Not in the hurt from your past. So think about 3 words. I am smart. I am kind. I am worthy. I am lovable. I am curious. I am. What works for you? Choose 3. If you don't feel that's who you are right now, what do you want to be? What are the 3 things that are most important to you that you want to believe about yourself? Write them down on some Post-its or on a board where you see them every single morning throughout the day, and start saying these things to yourself, whether it's out loud or if it's to yourself. And this will start to shift the way that you think about yourself. You're not going to believe it in the beginning. If you don't believe it right now, of course you're not going to believe it right away. But it takes time. And it's going to happen. And the next thing that I would love for you to do when you go home, write down your fears. What are you afraid of? What is it that you think that you can't do? Why aren't you moving forward? Why? You have too many things to do, right? You can't figure it out. I can't possibly do that. Well, why can't you do it? Why can't you? If you are being called to do it, if you are being given opportunities to do it, then that is your purpose. That is what you are supposed to be doing in this life. I got the call a couple of days before this conference was going to happen, asking me if I wanted a spot. I had every reason why I wasn't going to do it, right? I didn't have anything prepared. I didn't have everything memorized. I needed to take care of my kids. I don't know if I want to feel overwhelmed like that, right? I don't know if I want to do the work. And then I shifted the way I was thinking about it. And I said to myself, yes, you want to do this. Your mission in life is to touch other people and help them to live a better life. Why wouldn't you do this? And yes, I can. Yes, I can. And this is what fills my cup today. This is what brings me joy. So what brings you joy? Maybe it's something that you think about and you haven't even acted on yet. But it's possible. And our higher power, for me that's God, doesn't plant these seeds for no reason. These are your purpose. These are your gifts to give to the world, to live your most joyous, abundant life. So I want to invite you all to start this journey for yourself. Self-loving, self-reflection, forgiveness. Moving from the darkness of your past into the light of your future. I want to ask all of you to give yourself a big hug. Right? We're always looking for everyone else to give us a hug. Why can't we hug ourselves? Right? I always think of the Miley Cyrus song, I Can Buy Myself Flowers, right? I can love myself. I can hold myself. I can give myself what I need right now. So if we close our eyes, we take a deep breath in through our nose. Breathe out through your mouth. I want you to visualize your heart. Stop thinking in your head. Visualize your heart. Put your energy in your heart and you open your heart. And you see the light that comes from your heart outward. The light that you want to project in this world on others in your life. And now I want to take you through a self-love guided meditation. So you can get yourself comfortable. And close your eyes. I'm going to take a deep breath in with your eyes closed, feet on the ground. Let's be grounded in this moment, both feet on the ground. Okay. Fill your lungs with air, with positive energy through your nose. Exhale slowly, releasing any tension or negative thoughts. As you continue to breathe deeply, allow yourself to let go of the self-doubt, the criticism. Embrace the present moment and the essence of who you are. You are deserving of love and kindness, starting with yourself. Now bring your attention and visualize a light around you, filling you with warmth and comfort. Feel this light radiating from within, illuminating your heart with love and compassion. You are worthy of this love, just as you are. Now focus on your heart center. Feel the gentle rhythm of your heartbeat, a reminder of the life and love that flows within you. With each beat, affirm to yourself, I am enough. I am deserving of love. I am worthy of all the good things life has to offer. Take a moment to appreciate yourself for all that you are. Your strengths, your resilience, your unique qualities. Embrace your imperfections as part of your beautiful journey. You are a work in progress, constantly growing and evolving. Now let's practice gratitude. Think of 3 things about yourself that you are grateful for. It could be your kindness, your creativity, or your ability to overcome challenges. Express gratitude for these aspects of yourself and acknowledge the beauty they bring to your life. In this moment of stillness and self-reflection, remember to be gentle with yourself. Release any expectations or judgments. Embrace self-love as a daily practice, nurturing your mind, body, and soul with kindness and compassion. And as we near the end of this meditation, take a deep breath in, feeling the love and positivity within. Exhale slowly, carrying the sense of self-love with you into the world. And when you're ready, please open your eyes and return to the present moment. You can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Bring yourself to this moment, the present moment. Keep ourselves grounded in this present moment, right? Not about the past, the fear of the future, but right now. God bless. And God bless. Your higher power bless. We are worthy of the most beautiful life, and we are intended to live that. I want to thank you all so much for coming in. And if you want to continue your journey with me, I am selling my book, Chaos to Clarity, Seeing the Signs and Breaking the Cycles. I myself, from my trauma, I went through a lot of chaos, found a lot of clarity once I put down the drink 8.5 years ago. Through that journey, I have done so much self-healing, finding the direction of my life and who I'm supposed to be in this world. And I want to give you all that gift, which is why I wrote my book, so I could help others to start to move towards their best life. Know your purpose. Break your generational cycles. See the signs from the other side. I have so many beautiful stories from the other side when we open ourselves to it. So if you'd like to come up, the books are $15. I'd love to personalize it, give you guys just a hug, even if you don't want a book. So thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.